When I was in the 4th grade, one day this nun breezed in and she said, I want everybody to break up into groups and to brainstorm. Now I want you to come up with an idea that can change the world. And so we all brainstormed, and the only group that came up with anything was our group. And so Sister said, well, what did you come up with? And we said, well, we would like to give the nuns a party. Well, a beautiful thing happened. The other grades from kindergarten to 8th grade heard about this, and so all the parents got involved thinking it was a wonderful idea. And for 3 or 4 days, parents and kids came up to the convent and brought these wonderful meals, these wonderful desserts. And then I came away with the feeling that I can change the world. I wasn't put on here, on this earth, for myself and what I could do for myself. I was put on this earth for what I could do for others. And that has been like a miracle for me all my life. I think the hardest thing was that I kind of fell through the cracks. By the time that they discovered that I had a brain tumor, it was my chiropractor who discovered it. But I was disappointed to think, and I've heard of other situations where symptoms were not picked up that could have been picked up sooner. Okay, and I don't know how that can change. Maybe healthcare professionals can not minimize patients' symptoms and maybe see the whole person and, listen more carefully to them. And there was this one sweet doctor who listened to me. He heard me say to my husband, Paul, if this CAT scan that they do comes back negative, I'm going to go out and we're going to buy ice cream and I'm going to go home and make us a nice big sundae. So when they did the CAT scan and they saw a lesion, it was like, I'm not going home. But this doctor said, what can I get for you? And I said, oh, nothing. And he said, no. He said, you wanted an ice cream. And I said, no, that's okay. He said, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to get you some ice cream. And he got us 2 chocolate-covered Dove bars, my husband and I. And I said to him, you've got your crown waiting for you in heaven. The neurologist saw me as a person who had a heart and a soul. He saw me as a whole person. But that was the best thing he could have done. It was the kindest thing he could have done. I've been a nurse for over 58 years. And so from my perspective, it's always been about compassion. A lot of nurses said to me, a lot of nurses are compassionate. They have it in their heart. But a lot of nurses don't. They just sit at the nurse's station with their big computers, and they're like this, doing all their work that they have to do. But the work of compassion has kind of eluded them. It's something that has to be learned. We think the brain is the most important part of our body, but actually it has very few blood vessels. It's the heart that's the most important. That's what I'm asking people to think about. How do you relate to people? Is it more with your brain or is it with your heart? Because the heart is the seat of wisdom and love. And this is where we're going to get the compassion from. The world goes better with a lot of love and compassion. And when you think of other people first, happiness is going to sit on your shoulder. It's incredible. When you're thinking of other people, you are happy. And you see what a difference that you make in the world. One of the things that has happened for me that's been unbelievable, I never knew how much I was loved by people. And I never knew how much I touched other people's lives. I was filled with peace and joy when I was diagnosed. And it's given me the opportunity to call everybody and ask them for forgiveness, to say, I forgive you for anything I've done to hurt you, and I hope you'll forgive me. I would just encourage people here today just to reach out to either person on your side. Introduce yourself, say hello, It's so nice to meet you. Glad to be here. And if you see them in the corridor, say hello to them. And if I am here that day, which I hope I am, come over and give me a hug because I'm a great hugger and I give great hugs.